Well, good morning, everybody. How you doing here? We got Tuesday. We got February the 10th, 2026, Lincoln Park here, Clark and Fullerton. I didn't even check the temp. I think we're 40 degrees. We're 39 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're above 0 Celsius. Not too bad. I'm planning on heading to the Chicago Auto Show at the McCormick Place later today, so that'll be in the afternoon, and I'm taking the afternoon off from work. We should get a nice sunrise, so I might head across the bridge over the South Pond, and we'll see if we can see the sunrise from the park. We went to the lake yesterday. There's the cleaners there, or the dry cleaners. Clark Street, south of Fullerton, Lincoln Park here. Let me turn on the comments. I'm missing everybody here. Hey, Jessica, good morning. Izzy, one Gold Nubian. Hey, you up early there. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we got 6:33 in the a.m. Chicago Central Time. Heading to work here from Lincoln Park here. The Big Apple Finder Foods. We deliver. Yeah, check out the Big Apple Finder Foods right here on Clark Street. There, look, they got the eggs, chili beans, pizza, brats. They got the juice. Can't imagine a more beautiful thing. But hey, what's going on? Now we got Super Bowl's over. What do we got to talk about now? Oh, Valentine's Day, right? Yeah. What else is going on? Yeah, the Chicago Auto Show. I don't even own a car. I have no intention of buying a car. I'm not in the market for a car. Why am I going to the auto show? I know. Promote somebody else's brand. Maybe we can go just make fun of the whole thing. I'll kind of do it just like a babe in the woods. Constant amazement is the technology and the price of things. Here's here the Reby Moving and Storage. There's the Pharaohs. Good morning. How you doing there, Pharaohs? Reby Moving and Storage. I'm talking to the statues here. Egyptian Revival architecture. This is 1921. Kingsley's the architect. Here, this is on Clark Street. There, National Historic Register. Reby Moving and Storage. They still use it. Reby still uses it. There was the antique store. They used to be able to rent trucks. Hey, this temperature's great. We're above freezing. Near 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And what is that? It's a few single digits Celsius. We got 6:35 in the a.m. 2317 North Clark Street, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. There's a 22 Clark bus. Yeah. This is William Sumner Frost and his partner Ives Cobb, whatever his name was, the Cobden building here on Clark Street. It's a residential building. Look at that terracotta. Hey, we'll head down towards Armitage here. Yeah, remember it's the Belton Center. It used to be the Tower Records. Yeah, let's head down this way. Hey, Holly, how you doing there? GMJ? Toxic Donut there, yeah. Is this live? I was like, is this live? Hey, Chicago Toxic Donut, you know this is live. How you doing there, Chicago Toxic Donut? I remember you. Got the unique name there, Izzy. Oh, you're off today. One Gold Nubian, you're off today. Oh no, you got food poisoning. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. That's the worst. Yeah, food poisoning. Just yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Well, good luck with that. I hope you're feeling better. One Gold Nubian. Nothing more worse than food poisoning. Happens to all of us. You get a bad batch of food or something, some takeout or whatever. Well, so hey, we'll try to distract you with the auto show later today. You know, I'm still conflicted. Every day I read stories about how TikTok's being used to surveil Americans, how the American government bought TikTok so they could use it to surveil people. You know, it wouldn't be as bad because there's, you know, all, like, I'm sure YouTube spies on us. They resell our data. Instagram, X is even worse. But it's just the idea in the age of ICE You know, it's just Plantier Technologies, Peter Thiel. Big tech is being used to spy on you. It's not just the government. We all know this. I know this. You know, we still use the social media because they got us all right where they want us. They know what our preferences. They know where we walk. They use our cell phone. Our cell phone is now a tracking device. We all know that. Everybody's aware of it now. So we need to hold these people accountable as they try to ram stuff down their throats, literally and figuratively. And we need to, as a people, this extends beyond national boundaries, demand more from these billionaires and social media companies and multi-international corporate conglomerates that just milk people, and then they cover up for their billionaire buddies. A different set of rules apply to them that apply to us. We need to hold power accountable. We need to demand a better situation for the people. And we'll get through this. There's always going to be governments trying to surveil you. There's always going to be governments trying to repress you, push a narrative, beat you into submission, gaslight you. We're used to that. It's going to extremes now, and people are starting to resent it. They say, even the government's own statistics, I'm not trying to sway your opinion, I'm just, take this however way you interpret this. By the federal government's own statistics, only less than 7% of the people they are apprehending by ICE are considered to be violent criminals. What the administration said, we're going after the violent criminal. It's only 7%. Some people think it's only 2%. And so this is much more going on. Trump is Stephen Miller's little bitch. Stephen Miller is running the country, and Trump's letting him do it. And so we need to shame Trump and to put Miller in his place and tell him to stop putting these quotas. And we know Trump's racist. We know it. It wasn't just the 2018 Charlottesville. There's good people on both sides. He won't apologize for the blatantly racist, bipartisan Tim Scott of his own party and other people that were white, the Republicans, told him to apologize. He wouldn't do it because of his ego. So if he's not racist, he just has so big of an ego he can't admit fault about anything. And there's your dear leader there. So MAGA, eat your heart out. There's your guy. We know who he is. You love him. And we have serious disagreements because you love such a flawed person. You love him. You love Donald Trump. You love him so much. You love Donald Trump so much. Yeah. You dream about him every night. Yeah. You repeat his talking points. You love him. Yes. So we'll see how this all ends. Here, 2121 North Clark Street here. Chicago Pizza Oven Grinder. So, we're getting close to Valentine's Day, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And to thine own self be true. I really appreciate that people reached out to me. I know there's Valentine's Day stuff going on. I don't like Valentine's Day. I think it's a commercialized holiday. I know you people want me to be a romantic. I can still be a romantic and be critical of Valentine's Day, a commercial Hallmark holiday that pressures people into. And I know, I feel bad for people, businesses that want to promote Valentine's Day stuff. Valentine's Day's dead. It's over. It's, I'm sure people that make money off of it, they're banking on their whole February sales for Valentine's Day. I want restaurants to do well. I want bars to do well. I want romance to be in the air. I want people to be romantic. And you can do that every other single day of the year. It becomes like National Donut Day or National Pickup Stick Day. Here's, hey, there's the... Larry Balky used to live in there. Here, look at this nice view you get of the John Hancock. This is looking down Clark Street. Look at that view. Looking straight down Clark Street, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. And, hey, we got 40 degrees about, not too bad. Hey, retail space here, 2059 North Clark Street. There, look at that. Morning. How you doing there, Holly? Is this live? No, it's not live. Pickup stick, yeah. It comes from planes, trains, and automobiles. Del Griffith and Neil Page there, they were arguing there, and he goes, or John Candy's character when they're in the airport, he goes, when they were stuck at Wichita, he goes, we'll have better luck playing pick up sticks with our butt cheeks than getting out of here tonight. I called the Bravewood Inn. Oh, John Candy, we miss you. So here's there's the John Hancock, 875 North Michigan. And hey, it's looking straight down Clark Street. Say goodbye to romance. That was a song by Ozzy Osbourne when he went solo. Randy Rhoads still was playing guitar for him before he died in a plane crash. Hey, look at the Sears Tower. So there's the Sears Tower. It's 3 miles south of us. We're up here by Armitage and Clark. Very entertaining documentary. Hey, Morocco's tuning in here at GSM. Thanks for tuning in from Morocco. Here, welcome to Chicago. Here, Clark Street. Look at this nice view. We get to the John Hancock, looking straight down Clark Street. Going to be a beautiful sunrise. So hey, let's head towards the lake. We'll cross across the South Pond. We'll get that inspiring sunrise. We got 6:44 in the a.m. We got about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We're above freezing. As I always say, any day above freezing is a good day in Chicago, especially in February. That survived the Great Chicago Fire, that capstone that was on the courthouse downtown that burnt down. It's now where the Federal Plaza is, the Calder Flamingo Dome, and or Flamingo sculpture. And the Relic House used to be there, so they used to have a museum of oddities of things that survived the Great Chicago Fire. Jennifer You Should Eat talks about it often. Here's the Lincoln Park Cultural Center. These are the buildings on Lincoln Park West. Bugs Moran lived in that building. That's why the St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened where it did. And here, let's head behind. This is the Academy of Sciences building, built in 1892, Chicago, Illinois. Look at that. It's neoclassical facade. Now the Lincoln Park Zoo uses it as their offices. Prince, Lambie T, one gold Nubian there. Yeah. Baltimore, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in from Baltimore. Yeah, the Inner Harbor. Yeah. Baltimore's got a nice location. You're between Washington and Philadelphia. You're on the train. You could easily get up to New York City. Easily get to the nation's capital in Philadelphia. Baltimore's a very historic city. Is the Key Bridge? I got to check on the Key Bridge. I know that collapsed a few years ago. I guess it's all fixed now, right? Is it back, or I need to look in it? I forgot about it. Remember when that ship hit the bridge there? It messed everything up. But hey, look at the skyline of Chicago. Yeah. Nope, they don't build things like they used to. No, look at that building. That's a well-built building. That's why we show the beautiful historic architecture like this building, this relief shelter, which was restrooms. This was an early public restroom from the 1890s. How many 1890s public park restrooms do you know that still exist? And this was a part of the City Beautiful movement, I guess, or even no, that was even before that. And there's the farm and the zoo, Lincoln Park, Chicago, Illinois. Hey, look at that. So let's head across this bridge and we'll get this nice view to the skyline. Yeah, that building will be around longer than all of us, I agree. And yeah, Chicago has some of the most, like, look at the Rookery building. I mean, it's just some of the most well-built quality materials. It would be so expensive to build the things. We went by the old Excalibur, which is now the Dow, which used to be the Chicago Historical Society there on Dearborn. It's thick walls, 4-foot thick walls, stone, load-bearing walls, Richardsonian, Romanesque. Thing is built like a castle. And it would cost so much to build it today. Just like the elevated train system. We were ringed by steel mills. All that steel that went into the elevated train tracks that the transit uses. But here, we'll see how long it takes for this snow pile to melt. We're going to be in the 40s, low 40s today. That's why later today, hey, somebody made an ice skating track for the Olympics. Somebody made, the ice is still frozen. Here is the South Pond. And I guess for the Olympics, maybe somebody was inspired. They did a track, an ice skating track loop on the South Pond. Look at the skyline of Chicago. Yeah, so here's the Lincoln Park Zoo, and Lincoln Park's all that way. This is the bridge over the South Pond in Chicago. And somebody made an ice skating racetrack right on the South Pond there. There's the John Hancock skyline of Chicago. Beautiful sunrise here, morning AM. We got February the 10th, 2026. I'm trying not to step on the ice here. I'm looking where I'm walking. There's the Sears Tower, so now we can see the whole thing. Sears Tower all the way over to the Gold Coast skyline. There's that running track. Look at that running track. Or no, it's an ice skating track. Excuse me, that's an ice skating track. And of course the Olympics are going on there. I feel so empathetic for the American athletes that are put in an impossible position where the international press is asking the amateur Olympic, young, they're like 20, they're asking the Olympians participating in the Winter Olympics there in Italy about the Trump policies, and the people they're very respectful. They're trying to, as respectfully as possible say, I'm a U.S. citizen. Although I might not agree with all the policies of this administration, I'm still an American and patriotic, and I reserve my right to not comment on this. And then the president is calling them losers. The president of the United States is calling amateur people representing the United States losers, and they might win the gold medal. Imagine an American Olympian wins the gold medal, and the president of the United States calls them a loser because they're not in support of all their policies. What America did Trump go on? I'm sure he didn't agree with all the president policy. President Trump certainly didn't agree with the policies under the Vietnam era, where he got a deferment from the draft. I'm sure he had some disagreements with being drafted in the Vietnam War, where he was a fortunate son. He got to get out of it because his dad was rich. Just listen to the Fortunate Son song by Creedence Clearwater Revival that they used in Forrest Gump. I ain't no senator's son. My dad wasn't a fortunate son. He had to go to Vietnam. Donald Trump, suppose he still has bone spurs. Very convenient. My dad had a heart murmur, and they still made him 1A. They were going to send him to the front. They were going to send him to the Army and send him to the jungle. He took the test to get in the Air Force. But he did his duty. He deserved his time. So, thanks for listening to that. I don't mean to make everything political. It's just everything is political. Even the Super Bowl is political. The Super Time halftime show is political. Everything's a partisan divide. How you doing, April? Thanks for saying hello. Wait, what do you say? You just out here walking around, or?
Trying to get a morning run in.
It's nice weather. It's 40 degrees.
We're thawing out, right?
That's good.
Summer's right around the corner.
I'm going to go to the auto show later today, so I'll talk to you later. I'm on YouTube. Thank you. That's great. Hey, see friends and neighbors there. That's good. See, he's out walking around enjoying the 40-degree morning weather here. Hey, look at this view. See, friends and neighbors. This is what this is all about. I feel more connected to our Chicago community here. All sides of the city. And there's the Ulysses S. Grant statue. Hey, there's your beautiful sunrise. So here, let's get a beautiful sunrise here. Let's go just a little further. So here's the South Pond. There's Lincoln Park. There's St. Michael's. Look at the beautiful neighborhood here. There's the Lincoln Hotel. And there's the John Hancock. And there's the Ulysses S. Grant statue there. He's on his horse. Here's your sunrise. Look at this sunrise for February the 10th, 2026 there. Look at that. Look how big the sun looks. It's just like a big giant sphere there. Look at that. New York City's tuning in. Hey, welcome to Chicago. That's nice. Thanks, Timothy. Let's see. Thanks, Grandma's Corner. So this is Illinois. Chicago's in Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We're looking at Lake Michigan. This is Chicago, Illinois. We're up by the Ulysses S. Grant statue, and there's your sunrise for February 5th. The squirrel likes it. So here, let's keep going. Let's go over towards that bridge. There was ice in the bay yesterday. I got to figure out if I'm going to the lake or just going to go straight to the neighborhood here. We'll figure it out here. You're in the, it's still in the dark in Arizona. Yeah, well, the sun's coming. The sun just rose. There's your sunball rising. It's rising over Lake Michigan and Chicago. And so it's headed your way. So we'll send the sunshine towards Arizona. And the sun just is rising right now over Lake Michigan. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunrise. Let's head over there. Let's head over to the bridge. Let's see what the sun looks like. Let's get inspired by a Lake Michigan sunrise. Nothing better than nature to get your mind off of politics. And I need to get off of politics for my own mental health. So many times I'm just yelling and screaming at the TV. Good morning, America. How are you? Yeah. Hey, Zara, CJ's mom. How you doing there? Yeah. Babish. JLS. Yeah, Daddy's back. Hey, look at that sunball. Hey, it's not too bad. It's 40 degrees. This is the warmest day we've had this entire year, I think. Look at that orange sunball. Hey, let's head right towards the sun here. Yeah, let's head right through there. Look at that sunball. Here's your sunrise. February the 10th, 2026. Good morning, America. How you doing? Hello, citizens of the earth. We're all connected here watching the Olympics. I saw Demichi was streaming this morning in the Bavarian Alps. He had to go to work just like me. And Demichi's great. He even said it himself. He goes, I got to go to work. What a bummer. He said it too. I was like, hey, Demichi, got to go to work. What a bummer. Yeah, it's great. There's the skyline of Chicago. Yeah, the negative wind chills. Hopefully we won't have any negative wind chills this week, even in Ohio. Yeah, we're all tired of being in the deep freeze. I think you got more snow in Ohio than we got here in Illinois. So we got 6:55 in the AM. We're 6:55 in the AM here in Chicago Central Time Zone. We're an hour behind New York City. And there's the Sears Tower. There's the Sears Tower right there behind the Gold Coast skyline. And we're 2 hours ahead of Los Angeles. So it's still dark in Arizona and Los Angeles, but we've got a beautiful sunrise. We're gonna head across this bridge. There's a pedestrian bridge that goes right to North Avenue Beach. We're out jogging. Yeah, let's catch this sunball above Lake Michigan. London, how you doing? Yeah, you're past the noon hour there. You're almost 1 p.m. in London, England. I'm amazed that more people have paid a political price for the Epstein files in England than the United States. They want Lutnick to step down, but the thing about the modern political era under Trumpism is that the politicians have no shame. They don't follow the old norms, and just like, Mendelsohn had to step down in the House of Lords. No one's embarrassed by anything anymore in the age of Trump. Trump literally could shoot somebody on live TV on Michigan or on Fifth Avenue, and he would still have supporters. And he knows it, and that's why there's no reason for them to apologize, even for racist tweets against former presidents. Makes us look like idiots on the world stage. I'm proud. Italian citizens in Italy were supporting the protests in America and Minneapolis by protesting ICE in Italy, heckling J.D. Vance. We're not getting respect on the world stage. If anybody thinks we're getting respect on the world stage, look how J.D. Vance is treated in Europe. He's despised, heckled. He loves it. J.D. Vance doesn't like Europe, which is interesting. Or he doesn't like the liberal side of Europe. He likes the stormtroopers. He likes the far right-wing neo-Nazi parties of Germany. He seems to like them a lot. But hey, here's DuSable Lakeshore Drive. There's the skyline of Chicago. Here's your frozen Lake Michigan. So I'm filming it here because I got a feeling, unless we get another cold snap later in February and March, the days of the frozen Lake Michigan might be drawing to a close. But hey, we got a beautiful sunrise here in Chicago. We're heading across the, look at the stickers. We're heading across the, there's Alexander, Chicago. He's going up to the North Shore there. Hey, how you doing? I guess Nick Koiken, look at this woman. She's out on the iceberg there. I guess Nick Koiken, oh, come on. Why won't it zoom in? Oh, hold on a second here. I'm trying to zoom in. There's a woman. Look, she's on top of the iceberg there. Hold on a second. I'm trying to zoom in and my camera won't let me zoom in. There, see that woman out there? Come on. There, look at that. Look at that woman standing out there on that iceberg. She's taking pictures of the sunrise with the ice. That's a good spot there. So here, let's do the same thing. Let's head out to the beach and see if we can get a nice view of the sunrise over the ice there. Yeah, 75 degrees in South Carolina. That's great. I hope you're enjoying it. Myrtle Beach, Charleston, down to Savannah, Georgia. Coast, the beautiful coast of the southeastern United States there. So here we'll head around. Hey May, how you doing there? Yeah, it's a nice view. Buenos dias. Yeah, look at the sun. There's your sunrise over North Avenue Beach, Lake Michigan, Chicago, Illinois. People are out walking the dogs. Yeah, we usually run into these people. They come out and you see it's 40 degrees already, so it's a warmer than usual morning. So there's more people. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm heading out to the sun there. Hey, look at the, hey, got the dogs out here. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Good morning. How you doing? Yeah, nice weather here. Look at that. So here, let's head out and see the ice. And there's, look at the people taking the pictures out there. Look how the sun's hitting that building. It's kind of making it look copper. Hey, the snow's melting on the beach. We see sand again. Remember, this was all covered with snow last week or even yesterday. So snow's melting there. Well, beyond V7H, I'm a woke liberal, so delete my account. I'm sure you hate my guts because I'm a woke liberal there. So tell me how much you hate woke liberals and we'll have a nice discussion. You can have your own opinion, but don't expect me to agree with it. And you can hate my guts. You can prove how superior you are to me by hating my guts. I don't hate you. We just have a difference of opinion. And you might be a bot for all I know. Here, look at the ice. Look at the ice on top of the beach here at Shoreline. This Lake Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America. I have no problem pushing back against Trumpism now because public opinion is finally shifting against this guy. It's going to be a bloodbath in the midterms, and everybody knows it. Ro Khanna and others they're divulging some of the names in the Epstein files. There's powerful people in the Mideast, maybe people that gave the president a plane. Hey, look at the skyline. There's the skyline of Chicago. Yeah, Traveler ER2, you're a joke. You're making my day. You know, your opinion differs than mine. What, you're not going to change my opinion. I'm not going to change yours. Just enjoy the sunrise. Just enjoy the sunrise and enjoy my walk into work. If you can't stand my woke liberal talk, change the channel. If you don't, we will continue to heckle you because you enjoy being heckled. That's what you're doing. I've been doing this for 3 years. We've seen every opinion in the book. It doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. All that matters is money and power. And you could suck up the money and power and see how far you get. Yeah. Now, look how the people that support Trump, they're scared. They're petrified. You know you're going to lose in the midterm, so you got to resort to masked men intimidating people at the polling booth. Steve Bannon said the same thing. What is American about that? What is American about you're so petrified of losing your side that you have to destroy America to save it? You have to ruin the ideals and the things that we hold dear, like the Fourth Amendment, the First Amendment, Second Amendment. You don't like when liberals have the Second Amendment, but you certainly like Rittenhouse. You like Rittenhouse showing up to protest armed, and he got away with it. He loves it. Yeah. There's your hero, Kyle Rittenhouse, the hero of America. Here, look at the, here's North Avenue Beach. Look at the ice shores of Lake Michigan. Look how beautiful this is. Even in the wintertime, there's a stark beauty that, you know, you can be on a beach in Florida and you can be on a beach in Hawaii and it'd be beautiful weather and you're in your bikini or your Speedo and you're enjoying the warm weather, which is great. I would rather be there as well. I'm not saying this is better. This is not better than that. But this has its own unique beauty and I'm showing it to you, and you don't even have to get cold to witness it. I'm doing the work for you. I'm heading to work. This serves a purpose. We'll go to the auto show later today. We'll go down to the McCormick Place. And some general plan for today is we're going to head into work. I'll work 4 hours until noon. 1 o'clock, we'll go back, do our normal lunch bunch walk. Here we're at North Avenue Beach, catching the sunrise here, Lake Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We got about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, single digits Celsius. We got 7:04 in the a.m. Here's your sunrise. But we'll check out that auto show in the afternoon. And then we'll just head into the rest of the week here. Hey, there's the skyline. Hey, thanks for being the 100th like there. Thanks, ACCRL. Thanks for, if you like this content, if you like this sunrise and this beautiful view here at North Avenue Beach, please double tap the screen there. Hit the thumbs up. It allows more people, even trolls that hate my guts, to find this content. Even the trolls help out my algorithm. They help out engagement. Every time they make a nasty comment, YouTube sends me a penny. And it's, thank you. Thanks for sending me a penny by hating my guts. Or maybe it's just what I represent. Here's, hey, North Avenue Beach. Look at that sun. But hey, so we'll leave the frozen shores of North Avenue Beach. We'll head towards the skyline. Yeah, nice to meet you. Have a good day there. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks, PokeStar. Thanks for subscribing despite my pushing back against the trolls. I think you understand what's going on. We just try to maintain control. I got good moderators, but every once in a while, for my own mental health, I got to act like a real person and engage with these people. Even though everybody says don't engage, but I like engaging because I actually I enjoy the heckling. I guess I like the abuse. I'm used to it. Used to it in this city. Years of the president trolling us, hating other Americans, and I think he really does hate me. And if he doesn't, he shows his love in weird ways. Here's the sunrise of Chicago. Hey, look, see, it's very slippery here. So here's the tree. Yeah, let's head around here. There's your skyline view. Chicago, Illinois, John Hancock. See, so remember there was ice here yesterday and it all floated away. It went back out. Now it's over here. There's still some ice in this bay. There's still there's no way I'm walking down there. Here, let's head over. Here, go ahead. If you can go faster than me, go ahead. There we go. So there's the skyline Chicago. There's the sunrise. There's the jetty at North Avenue Beach. Good morning, America. How are you? Yeah. Have a beautiful Tuesday there. Thanks, Lambie. Watch out for the yellow snow. You pee on it. Hey, look at that. People putting artwork here. They crossed it out and they put some stuff there. But hey, look at that skyline. Lake Michigan, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, we'll have to head over to this guy. We'll go walk over to the weeds here. Redacted graffiti. That's it. Yeah, it's blacked out. Redacted like the Epstein files. So I guess Ro Khanna and Massey read some of the files from the Epstein files, and they uncovered 6 more names. But one of them we already knew. It was Wexler. Everybody knows Wexler's in it. I guess it was some big influential person in the Middle East as well. Shows this is international. I'm sure there's international important names in there too, because we see how it's affecting England, even in Norway. More people have been affected by the Epstein files in England and Norway than the United States. And I didn't know Lutnick, who was in the cabinet of the Trump presidency, they were one of his treasurer or his his financial advisors. He lived right next door to Epstein. He was next door neighbors to him. And he must have lived right on Gramercy Park there in New York, Manhattan. You got to have a key to get into Gramercy Park. It's a private park that only rich people have access to. Which, Gramercy Park illustrates the elites. I know the people in both the right and the left often rail about the elites. Well, if you got a key to Gramercy Park, you're part of the elite. There's a hotel that you could stay in. You can get a key. People in New York City know what I'm talking about. Gramercy Park, it's got a big fence around it. It's right in like the lower east side, I think, somewhere around in there. South of Midtown. Yeah, thanks, Grandma's Corner. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, it's a stunning view. Yeah, how can we have great country without great cities? I wish the current administration wouldn't be cutting off federal funding to hurt American cities. I think just announced yesterday $600 million in funding was going to be cut to 4 states. We're being punished in Illinois, California, Minnesota, and Colorado. And I guess if maybe you're in the camp that you think other Americans deserve to be punished, like we're bad, we need to be spanked like a kid, and your daddy Trump is the one to do it. He's spanking all of us. You like the spanking. You're used to being spanked. We've been bad. Here's the chess pavilion. Here's the chess pavilion, Chicago, Illinois. Wouldn't you like to play chess here? Look at this nice view. You get to the John Hancock in the summertime. There's always people here playing chess. Hey, see, I hope he doesn't slip in there. Oh man, that's a dangerous spot. Oh, he's gonna make it down. Good. Okay, so made it down. So there's your sunrise. Yeah, we're all Americans. When have Americans ever agreed about anything? Americans always have been divided. Americans have always disapproved as part of being a pluralistic, multicultural society. We're not a monolithic. And there's been pressures over the centuries for Americans to assimilate to the dominant white Anglo-Saxon Protestant English-speaking dominant culture where all the wealth ends up, all the stock market wealth, and the government makes sure every so often, why is America so white and racist? The government makes sure it stays white and racist by their own policies, and we're going through a period like that right now. And if you don't think these are racist policies, they are, in my opinion. And you don't have to agree with my opinion, but I'm still going to say it. And I know everybody, the R word's used so much, it doesn't even have any meaning anymore. Hey, there you go. Look at the icy Lake Michigan here. People jogging. Hey, jogging in shorts, 40 degrees. Yeah, it's like a spring day here. See, jogging in shorts. Yeah, very nice. Here's the Gold Coast. Yeah, sweet home Chicago. Yeah, we used to all agree. After the Watergate era, no one trusted the government, and we should go back to that. Where, I know libertarians all want a smaller government, but then, you're pissed off now. But I didn't see you pissed off. You thought Trump was going to help out your Bitcoin there. Oh, a crypto reserve. How's that turning out? I know it's going to come back, buy the dip, whatever. Here's, look at this big chunk of ice. So here's the frozen shores of Lake Michigan, Chicago, Illinois. We got 7:12 in the AM, 40 degrees, single digit Celsius. We got February the 10th, 2026. Good morning. Yeah. Sunrise. Yeah, it's a lovely sunrise. Thanks, Matthew. Zero waste. Yeah, Bitcoin. I'm one of the rare people. I want Bitcoin to go to zero. I like shorting things. I like when things go down. I think the Dow being at 50,000 is very suspect. They don't ring a bell. Hey, look at that sun. .313 by you. England's tuning in. Steven. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, draw a picture. Yeah, buy into your 401k. Buy what makes the corporate masters richer. They'll give you a nickel and they got all the money and power, and they're hanging out with Epstein on the island, and they're untouchable. They control the courts. The courts are bought off. We can't trust the courts in America. We can't trust the executive branch. We certainly can't trust Congress. We can't trust the Supreme Court. The current administration lies to us all the time. They lie so much they can't even keep track of the lies. They lie about the lies they just told us. But I know Biden lied, Trump lies, everybody lies. You're getting tired of it. They got the money, they got the gold toilets. They're the ones with the guns blowing up people in the middle of the ocean and running the world there. So hey, yeah, buy stocks with abandon. Support your corporate overlords and don't complain to me when you end up in a surveillance society, you know, profited by corporations that merge with the government, and you're in a holding cell and you're like, I'm an American. They're like, we don't care. Hey, look at all these people jogging. Wow, look at this. Look at the people jogging on the Lakefront bike path here. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Hope Springs Eternal. We got pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training. We're talking, I posted that rerun of Wrigley Field. I know you're talking about the Dodgers. We're past the Super Bowl. We're already moving past basketball and hockey and thinking about spring training. I would love, maybe next year we'll take a trip to Arizona. This year we're going to New Orleans. I'd rather go to New Orleans. New Orleans is a beautiful city. Mardi Gras is coming up. I think Fat Tuesday's February 17th. But today, later this afternoon, we're going to go to the auto show, the Chicago Auto Show. I'm taking off the afternoon from work. We'll head down to Chinatown and go to the McCormick Place and see some of the South Loop. And then we'll check out the auto show and see what it looks like. Only an hour away. So this is called Chicago. This is Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. This is Lake Michigan. This is called the Sun. This is the sun for the Milky Way galaxy. And Lake Michigan's freshwater, one of the 5 Great Lakes. This is DuSable Lakeshore Drive. This is called the Gold Coast. This is the Gold Coast, a bunch of residential housing here. And even the John Hancock's mainly residential. This is Oak Street Beach. Oak Street Beach here. We'll check out the frozen shore of Oak Street Beach. We got about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe like single digits Celsius above freezing. And like I say, any day above freezing is a good day in Chicago. People are jogging here on the Lakefront bike path. Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. Thanks for tuning in. Suderland, England, yeah. Sunderland, I gotta say it right. Yeah, it's turning backwards. Is it a reversed image? Is it a reversed image? Yeah, that happens sometimes. It gets reversed. But hey, just go with it. As long as it ends up okay in the reruns. As far as I'm looking, that looks backwards. That doesn't say the Drake. It looks backwards. Does that say the Weston or is it backwards? Yeah, I don't know how to flip it around. Clanton, Alabama, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Natalie, auto show. Yeah, we'll show you the auto show. Thanks, Natalie. Yeah, we'll do it after. Starting at noon. I probably won't be streaming at the auto show until around 2 p.m. today. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. is probably the window. We'll be at the auto show. I haven't been to McCormick Place. We went to the C2E2 in the spring of last year. The Comic-Con festival. That was interesting. We got, I don't know if I'm going to go to it this year or not. We'll see if I'm in town. But, oh, it looks like I'm walking north instead of south. How could that be? I'm heading south. So how could it be like I'm going north? But hey, okay, we'll just go with it. So I'll end up back in Lincoln Park. So you're saying that... So I'm heading south towards Michigan Avenue, but it looks like I'm heading north to Michigan Avenue. That's great. Hey, we're in the bizarro world. We're like through the looking glass. That's good. So here, let's head down to Oak Street Beach. Let's check out the ice on the shore here before it all melts. I venture to say a week from now, if we get this, looks like we got a more mild stretch of temperatures ahead of us. At least just the normal average temperatures for wintertime in Chicago, 30s and 40s. This snow will slowly melt over the next week. Yeah, Lakeshore Drive. This is DuSable Lakeshore Drive to our right. Chicago, Illinois, United States of America Planet. We're down by Oak Street Beach. There's your sunrise over Lake Michigan for February the 10th, 2026. How you doing? There, look at the ice. Yeah, let's check out these ice formations here. See what it looks like. Yeah, the sun looks beautiful. 7:19 in the a.m. See people riding the bikes. We're probably seeing people ride the bikes again. There's not many bike riders in the wintertime. More joggers than bike riders. Hey, you can see the Navy Pier. That's Navy Pier, the Ferris wheel. And that's the icy shores of Oak Street Beach in Chicago, Lake Michigan. Yeah, the sun's position is very far in the southeast. Very south and east this time of year. We're past the winter solstice. There, it's going behind the cloud there. That's how you get over to Division Street. There's the pedestrian underpass. Hey, jogging in shorts. Look at that. Yeah. So Harry, I hate to break it to you, there's already companies building RoboCops. Planeteer Technologies, Peter Thiel, he's merged with the government. He's creating a government surveillance state. His corporation is being used and paid for by government funding to provide all these things. They're going to use it to create a corporate surveillance state. And Peter Thiel is making money off of this, as is other military industrial complex. You know, it's been going on since the beginning of time. Here's so you can invest in ICE prisons. You can invest in companies that make money by selling military grade equipment to ICE agencies at exorbitant rates. Your taxpayer money at work. There's the shore of Lake Michigan at Oak Street Beach. Look at the ice. And then people are walking the dogs. There's Navy Pier. There's your sunrise. And yeah, there's the we're gonna head right over towards Lake Michigan, or Michigan Avenue, excuse me. We're at Lake Michigan. Hey, look at these geese coming in. Yeah, Waymo, self-driving cars. Yeah, so you can't stop progress, right? If there's money to be made, they're gonna cram it down your throat. You're gonna, just like the Coco, the self-driving autonomous delivery Uber Eats vehicle coolers driving down the sidewalks. How you doing? There's this is Oak Street Beach, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, she's getting a picture of the sunrise there. Lisa, how you doing? The lake's on the right and the left. Okay, good. Well, let's try to flip the camera here. So let's flip it again. Hey, is that better? Peace, Alyssa and Chris. Peace, Elisa and Chris. Thanks for being on. So that's what happened. So, okay, so the lake was on the right, and I'll look at that in the reruns. I want to see what that looks like, because on my screen, it doesn't look that way. Yeah, same. Okay, well, we'll just go. Well, I can start and stop. But I think it'll be interesting. I want to see what this looks like on the reruns, because it'll make Michigan Avenue look really unique, having it mirrored. So everything will be on the left instead of the right, and everybody will be all confused. Yeah, let's go with this. This is a unique way we're gonna head in. Everything's gonna be reversed. So on my screen, it looks like Lake Michigan's to the left. On your screen, it looks like Lake Michigan's to the right. So we're in a bizarro world. Now I understand why people said it looked like I was going north, because people live in Chicago know if the lake's on your right, it means you're heading north. If the lake's on your left, it means you're heading south. At least in Chicago and on the lakefront. Here's people walking the dogs. So here, let's head down Michigan Avenue. Let's see what it looks like in reverse mode. There's my reverse shadow. Brazil, how you doing there? Yeah, Brazil, that's what it is. See, Lisa, I'm talking about government surveillance. I was talking about Peter Thiel, and he reversed my screen, so everybody's all confused. Backwards is forwards. Rightwards is leftwards. The right side of my brain is wrong, and the left side of my brain is left. There's nothing left. What's wrong with my brain? Here's my brain on drugs. There's the Gold Coast. It's all reversed. So if you're confused, somehow I got into reverse mode, and it happened when I tried to zoom into a woman standing on an iceberg there by the North Avenue Beach. So hey, we'll leave the sunrise. We'll head down Michigan Avenue. It'll all be reversed. I want to see what this looks like in the reruns. It should be fun. Yeah, we'll hold a mirror up to my phone. See, I'm all reversed. We're in the bizarro world. So see, that's all reversed. You can't read that. It says you know what you should do, but it's probably reversed. It doesn't even look like Chicago. Hey, you're seeing the city with a fresh perspective. Isn't that amazing? Our brains need to be jolted out of complacency. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Everybody's gonna be like, this is not Chicago. This is the anti-Chicago. Let's roll with that. See, the New Balance is all reversed. What's that saying? Reverse. It'd be like Ozzy Osbourne when he run the record player backwards. There'll be subliminal messages. I'll start talking in reverse. You got to run it in reverse. I just gave you an evil message, a satanic message there. You got to run the record player backwards. Hey, I wish your grandpa a happy birthday there. But I'm not going to say his name because you're trying to spoof me there. So, oh, wow, you're so smart. You thought some cheap, like, second grader joke would get me. Wow, look at the big brain on Brad. You almost got me. So, hey, let's head up Michigan Avenue. Let's go up to, let's get to work here. Yeah, we're more evil than Ozzy. Yeah, good. Our reputation precedes itself. Welcome to the evil Chicago. Welcome to the seventh circle of hell. Yeah, it's so horrible here. It's so cold and evil, and I got shot 3 times on my way to work. That's actually pretty good. Yesterday I got shot 7 times. Welcome to Chicago. See, trail's closed. You can't read it because it's all reversed. The Bears. Hey, look at the giant Hancock. That's nice. So the New Orleans trip starts into next week. So I got to get with Chris. We got to start planning this out. And yeah, we're going to take the Amtrak. We're going after Mardi Gras. I guess Fat Tuesday is the 17th. And I'm really looking forward to it because I want it. Number one, it'd be nice to get in some little warmer weather. Hopefully it won't be raining the whole time. I love New Orleans. New Orleans is one of my favorite American cities in the United States. I like New Orleans better than a lot of tourist areas that other people go because I like old, crime-ridden, dirty cities with a lot of colorful past, and New Orleans certainly has that. The beautiful architecture, the French Quarter, but also has the Garden District. You got Audubon Park. You got City Park. City Park's great. They got some nice museums. Look at that plane flying through there. There, Michigan Avenue, all reversed. Somehow I reversed the screen, so everything on the left's on the right and everything on the right's the left. You hear the wind. Welcome to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Falling snow and ice, and it blew down the sign. There's 900 North Michigan by the Drake Hotel here just south of Oak Street, Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. United States of America, planet Earth. We got 7:28 in the a.m. We got about 40 degrees, maybe 39 degrees Fahrenheit, single digit Celsius, above freezing. How you doing? February the 10th. Everything's reversed. How's the 900 North building look reversed? That's the Waldorf Astoria Tower. Here's the Drake Hotel, all reversed. It's looking towards the lake. That's looking towards the west, but I know it looks like it's looking towards the east the way my screen is reversed. Here, Louis Vuitton. Yeah, they got nice window displays. I know they still use animal fur. There's usually animal rights protesters in front of the Louis Vuitton here. When I tell Michael, he just rolls his eyes. He's seen it all. He's been on Oak Street there at Bravco Beauty for years. Hey, you can be a Chicago lifeguard. February 27th, 4:30. Go to Ellis Park if you want to be a Chicago lifeguard. They pay pretty good. They Melbourne, Australia. How you doing there, JS, AUS? Yeah. Nah, next week. Thanks, Chris. $0.50. So this black building is called the John Hancock. This is 875 North Michigan. Yeah, it's very evil. Yeah, Chris Farley used to live in this building, and it's on Michigan Avenue, and we're right at Delaware and Michigan. It's 100 stories tall. There's an observation deck on the 94th floor. You can go up to the 360 Chicago. We got a rerun where you can do the tilt. You can lean over the side. They got Cheesecake Factory, Benihana's here. North Face moved out. It moved further down Michigan Avenue. Best Buy left. But there is offices, but mainly this tower's residential. And it's right across from the Fourth Presbyterian Church that was used in my best friend's wedding. Hey, avoid frozen pipes there. Trickle your water. Wintertime in Chicago. But here's the John Hancock. There it is. It's like our Rockefeller Center here. Yeah, he died there. Yeah, Chris Farley passed away inside the John Hancock. One of our mutual friends there, Danny, from he lives over by Montclair, which is on the northwest side of the city towards O'Hare. He used to work security in this building, and he knew Chris Farley because he worked there, I think, or knew him when he was still alive in the early 90s. And he remembers Chris Farley when he lived in there. There, American Girl Place, they got all the dolls. Here, I'm a grown man looking at dolls. What's wrong with the world? Here's heading to work here. Yeah, good morning, Kmart shoppers. How you doing there, Jim? Does everything look weird? Everything look all reversed? Are we still reversed here? Somehow my camera got reversed when we were at the beach when I was zooming in. So I just want to run with it because I want to see what it looks like in the reruns. And I can use like Premiere and reverse it. You know, I have software, video editing tools where we can reverse the video if it's so annoying or unusable. Hey, Harry Carey's. This is the one in the Water Tower Place. We went by the other Harry Carey's there on Dearborn Street just north of the House of Blues last night. There's the Water Tower. There's the Park Hyatt. Here's the pump. Pump house, they're working on it. But here, Chicago, Illinois, Michigan Avenue, everything's reversed. Somehow my screen got in reverse mode and I'm just rolling with it. So how's the water tower look all reversed? It looks the same because it's symmetrical. Yeah, it's a beautiful city. Thanks for checking it out there, Pokey Star. Now you want to go to 95th? Yeah, go to 95th, take the red line, take the 30 bus, take the Jefferson jump. Yeah, there's several ways to get down there. But hey, you know me, I'm a horrible North Sider. Nobody likes the North Sider in Chicago. Even people who live on the North Side, we're embarrassed. What side do you live on the North Side? We're like ashamed to say we live on the North Side. All the cool people live on the South and West Side. We know this. And I'm fine with that. More native Chicagoans live on the South and West Side. We're a bunch of transplants on the North Side. No, there's some real North Siders that have been here for generations that are proud to be North Siders. Here's John Hancock. There's the Four Seasons. No, that's the Four Seasons. That's the Ritz-Carlton. Ritz-Carlton, there's a Chicago flag. I know it's all reversed. And here we'll head down Michigan Avenue. Hey, water tower survived the 1871 Great Chicago Fire, built in 1869. Yeah. To be lost? Yeah. Yeah, this is the one day we're doing the reverse screen. We'll just roll with it. Hopefully I'll have it fixed by the auto show. We'll be able to see the cars in the right direction, not give everybody a headache. Yeah, it looks like a completely different city. Isn't that amazing? Your perception can be altered by just the mirror image of the screen. See the city from a whole new perspective. Looks like we're walking north when we're walking south. Hey, Michigan Avenue. Hey, there's the Chicago Auto Show, February 7th through 16th. That's what we're going to check out later today. We're going to go to Cormorant Place, Chicago Auto Show. If you missed it, there'll be reruns. You can watch the full rerun there on YouTube. And I might do some TikTok content, but I'm really angry at TikTok. TikTok's surveilling people. They're working with Peter Thiel. They're working with Planeteer Technologies. They're reselling your data, which I'm sure YouTube resells their data. They milk us like cows. They think we're rightly so. They think we're all idiots for using their software. They hate the guts of the customers they try to sell stuff to. They laugh at our face because they think we're all stupid. I'm talking about the social media companies. The terms and conditions change all the time. Kick people off their platform. We have no power. They know it. They can afford more lawyers than we can afford. They've already won. They bought and own our government. It's a government of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations, instead of a government of the people, by the people, for the people. There's the One Chicago Tower. And I'm not telling you anything you already don't know. You sense this. People sense this. We've been lied to for so long. People are angry. Hey, as long as they keep the economy up and the stock market up, no one will care. People will still contribute to 401k as their rights. You'll keep contributing to your 401k as your First and Fourth and Second Amendment rights erode around you. And one day you wake up in a police surveillance state run by a corporation and Peter Thiel's president, and you're like, how did this happen? And Elon Musk is living on Mars. And he owns it. You know, he owns Mars. And you got to pay him rent. And he's dancing there on Mars. I just love the fact for the rest of my life I can say that even Jeffrey Epstein didn't think Elon Musk was cool enough to hang out on his rape island. And I'm not trying to make light of Epstein. I'm trying to make light of Elon Musk. He begged Epstein to go on his island, and Epstein says no. He kept making him excuses. He didn't want to, because for whatever international surveillance spy agencies that Epstein was associated with, for some reason they weren't as interested in Elon Musk as they were interested in Bill Gates. They thought they could influence the world more with compromise the information on Bill Gates so they could blackmail Bill Gates and Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Maybe it's because, I don't know, I'm just grasping at straws here. Hey, welcome to Chicago here, Michigan Avenue. There's the giant Starbucks. Everything's reversed. I know everything's reversed. I somehow reversed the image on the screen there. I can't get it back, so we're just rolling with it. It's giving everybody a headache. But here's what Michigan Avenue looks like all reversed. There's the Tip Tap Tap. On my screen, it looks normal. Everything looks as I'm seeing it, but I guess somehow it's getting flipped. So the time is 7:37 in the PM. Where's the time where you're tuning in? You must be tuning in from a different time zone. If you're tuning in from Chicago, I'm going to lay into you, because why would you ask the time? It's right on your phone there, your computer. I guess you're just making conversation, which is fine. Here's hey, yeah, let's start the countdown to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. 32 days. Thanks, Jim. That's a good, yeah, we'll start the countdown to Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Chinese New Year. All that's coming up really quickly. It'll be here before we know it. I can't wait till they dye the river green. We covered it the last 2 years. We got more Chicago live streamers to cover it this year. And we'll get you some good footage of it. New York City. Hey, thanks for tuning in from New York City. Appreciate it. Hey, your birthday's on St. Patrick's Day. That's great. Well, we'll wish you a happy birthday when we get to St. Patrick's Day. That's great. We celebrate with everybody. So here's the Burberry RIU Hotel. Streeterville's this way. This is Ontario Street. There's some of the athletic clubs there. Yeah, if you haven't already, double tap the screen there, hit the thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in here. Thanks for Amble's Corner and everybody else. And yeah, let's head down Michigan Avenue here. You need a gift for Valentine's Day? Yeah, you got to buy something. Yeah, see, it's a very commercialized holiday. I call it a Hallmark holiday. I'm not against romance. I'm not against people doing nice things for people they love. I'm all for that. Just don't feel pressure to do it for a corporation. We don't love corporations that much. Here, Candy Cane Lane. At least I don't love corporations that much. I dislike corporations so much. I am shorting the stock market. I lose money every day because it still goes up, but I still do it. I'm willing to do it. That's how much my frustration with corporate America goes. I'm not going to invest even in Google. I'm not even going to invest in Google. I think Google's come evil, and I'm saying this. I'm on Google. I'm on Alphabet. They're going to kick me off. Buying back their own stock. That's all we got. We could do anything. I wish we could outlaw buying back their own stock. Use that money for something else. So we'll see what goes. That used to be the Under Armour. We'll see what goes in there. Here's Michigan Avenue. I know everything's all reversed. We'll head up to the river. We'll see if the river's still frozen over. Oh, you almost got a job with the Ironworkers one? Hey, that's good, Jim. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Allie. I really appreciate everybody else that subscribed. Thanks for checking out YouTube. We'll do the auto show this afternoon. We'll go to the Chicago Auto Show. I'm taking off the afternoon. Here comes some sirens. Ambulance. 42. Going north on Michigan Avenue. How you doing? Yeah, it's good. I won't blame anybody for avoiding Chicago in the wintertime. Yeah, come in the summer, spring, or fall when it's much better weather. As far as I know, we don't have heated sidewalks. There might be a few areas that have heated sidewalks. It might appear because there's a lower level below this, and it's sometimes warmer than the above air just a little bit, but it's still open to the outside air. But Holland, Michigan has heated sidewalks. There are other areas, maybe ski resort towns, that have heated sidewalks so they don't have to keep shoveling the snow. But I know Holland, Michigan, because they get so much lake effect, they got a nice commercial downtown walkable commercial strip there. And it's a beautiful town. Go there in the springtime. They got a tulip festival. Springtime in Chicago, we have tulips all throughout Michigan Avenue. They already planted. There's Michael Jordan Steakhouse. It's all reversed. Intercontinental Hotel. Yeah. Vienna, how you doing here? So let's see what the skyline of Chicago looks all reversed. Thanks for tuning in from Austria, Vienna. What a beautiful, I would love to do some live streaming in Vienna. Hopefully we'll get to Europe someday. I saw Demishi was live streaming in the Bavarian Alps, which I know is Germany, but it was still beautiful, the mountain down there. And yeah, Vienna is part of Austria. Hey, look at that. So here's the skyline of Chicago. It's reversed. So people are telling me that my screen that I'm broadcasting is reversed. Somehow when we were on the lakefront, maybe when I was zooming into the sunrise, I reversed the screen. And we're just rolling with it. So there's what the classic vintage skyscrapers of Chicago look like. Mather Tower, 333 North Michigan, the London House. There's the Jewelers Building. Yeah, the Blues Brothers, yeah. Here's the Tribune Tower. They got all the bricks and stuff inside the building in different areas. There, look at that nice view. Hey, look at the front entrance to the Tribune Building here, 1925. They turned this into residential. It used to be the Chicago Tribune newspaper. You got family in Holland. Yeah, Holland, Michigan. What a beautiful town. A lot of, there's Zealand, Holland, a lot of people from the Netherlands somehow settled in that area of Michigan. And they have tulip festivals every spring. And they got, I think they got a windmill. Yeah. It's a nice tourist area. The whole western shore of Michigan's beautiful. They got dunes. You go up to Grand Haven, go up to Traverse City. You go to Saugatuck. These little towns, they got little harbors. And there's state parks like Ludington State Park. You can take a ferry across the, go to Sheboygan. You can go to Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Yeah. But it's Chicago. This is all reversed because somehow I reversed my screen. But there's what the skyline of Chicago probably looks like reversed. And here's the Wrigley Building with the Trump Tower. Let me know what the Trump Tower looks like with the Trump reverse. Does it say something backwards? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Thanks for checking us out, even in wintertime. There, we'll show you the frozen ice chunks on the Chicago River. Here's Wrigley Building, all reversed. Michigan Avenue, Tribune Tower. Hey, Jean-Baptiste Pointe de Sable, all reversed. Black History Month. We got a TikTok on this already. How you doing there? His wife was Potawatomi, Kittiawa. Hey, look at the, there's the frozen Lake Michigan, the St. Regis Tower there, Genie Gang. There's Joliet Marquette and Native Americans. They showed them how to get to the portage to the Mississippi or how to get back. There's the Trump Tower, all reversed. Second tallest building in Chicago, Chicago River. 745. Boat crash with the ice. Look, that ice looks green. Does that look green? That looks like green ice. How could that ice be green? Is that my imagination? Or is maybe it's just yellow? Maybe it's yellow ice. To me, it looks greenish. Hey, there's the 400. There's the 400 North Lakeshore behind the Sheridan there. So here, let's get across. So Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. There's the building. We got 40 degrees, not too bad. And we got 7:46 in the a.m. Tuesday, February the 10th, 2025. So I'm hoping to go to the air, or the, I keep saying air, the auto show. The auto show at in the afternoon. At 12 o'clock, we'll leave this area and we'll start heading to the South Loop. We'll hopefully get to Chinatown. Then we'll head over to McCormick Place. We'll check out the auto show. I might get some content on YouTube. I might get some content on TikTok at the auto show. And then we'll head home as usual. Reverse the whole thing. There's your pace bus coming in from the suburbs. We're at Wacker, Michigan here, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. The screen's reversed, so we're just rolling with it. Everything looks backwards. Everything looks like the country. Everything's reversed. Everything's messed up. Except for the stock market. Hey, stock market's going to go forever there. America sold its soul for money. That's all that matters is money, nothing else. Money solves all problems, right? Just throw money at it. Look at the Wrigley Building, the Tribune. There's your frozen Lake Michigan. Hey, there's the Marina Towers. London House, 333 North Michigan. Fannie Mae. Hey, we'll cross the street here. There's the bridge house. The corner of the bridge house is right there. You can go inside that one. That's the Sears Tower, you're right. We call it the Sears. I know, yeah, I always am amused when it bothers people. Like, people are like, but it's the Willis. I'm like, you can call it the Willis, I call it the Sears. No, you gotta call it the Willis. It's like that viral video where that guy is so frustrated because the people keep taunting him. They're like, you gotta leave, you gotta leave. And he gets so mad, he starts banging his head against his car. He knocks himself out, he gets so angry. You gotta leave, you gotta leave. Hey, the Blackhawk store. So Fannie Mae, the Jolly Trolley, the Blackhawk store is right here in the 333 North Michigan building. That's the address. See right here, 333. And hey, there's the Mather Tower, tall and skinny. Michigan Avenue. I'm gonna head to work here. Jimmy Stewart, yeah. Hello, Emporium. Oh, Potters, welcome to Pottersville. Yeah, this is Bailey Savings and Loan. George Bailey, Pottersville. Yeah, Fannie Mae. No, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. No, you can call, we don't mean, you know, if you honestly called it the Willis, I understand. It's a joke. It's a joke with people in Chicago because we were used to, we still call it the Sears and everybody corrects us. So it's this inside joke, and it's a way to tell if you've lived in Chicago and you're an old person like me, that's what it is. We're set in our ways. I still call it Marshall Fields, even though it's Macy's. I still call it Carson Prairie Sky. I didn't even grow up in Chicago. Imagine people that grew up here used to work at those places. You know, it gets stuck in your, how you doing? It gets stuck in your consciousness. How you doing? So here, I'm gonna head to work here. Thanks, mods. Thanks, everybody else. We'll be on at lunchtime, afternoon. We'll head to the South Loop. We'll go down to the auto show. I'll get the screen reversed. Hopefully it'll work right the next time. Thanks for tuning in for the sunrise. Thanks for watching the walk down Michigan Avenue in the bizarro world. Everything left was right, right was left, up was down. Kind of feels like what it feels like to be an American right now. So we'll rip up the Constitution. We'll piss all over the Bill of Rights, and we'll sell our soul to the devil in America, and the rest of the world can make fun of us as we lose our way and sell ourselves out for money and greed and racism. So here, have a good rest of your day here in Chicago. And I'm gonna head to work. We'll see you at noon there. So hey, have a great day. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Mr. G. Isn't it funny? Trump bashes Chicago all the time, and we bash his tower, and we'll continue to do so because he doesn't have anything to do with it. He just put his name on it, and it doesn't provide. He's not a good taxpayer for the city. We'll talk to you later from Chicago. Thanks.